Alright, and we are live. So, where am I? Should I do Fibonacci Visitor or String Reverse?
Ooh. Just totally go for Fibonacci.
This back hallway is for advanced employees only. Are you sure you want to be here? These night shift assignments are optional, you know. And they are difficult. If you need to ask for help, I'll be here just looking through these catalogs for a golden spiral. So for each thing in the inbox sent to the outbox, the full Fibonacci sequence up to but not exceeding that value. What?
Inbox is 10, the outbox should be 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. What's a Fibonacci sequence? Ask your boss or a friendly search box. Let me Google that for you.
No, I know what the Fibonacci sequence is. The Fibonacci sequence.
I know.
Yeah, okay. So how would I do that?
Okay. Well, this looks like all the stuff you had before.
First thing we're gonna do is bump that.
Bump? With nothing in there?
Nah,
Oh,
you'll see
bump
why.
in the 9.
Yep, you'll see why. So we're gonna inbox. I'll put this up here. Okay.
Oh, Georges.
So that'll give us the number 1. And then we want to work our way up to 21. So
Let's see if I do this and kill off the sound.
we want to copy this to 7. That's going to be our target number. Then we want to copy from 9 and copy to 0.
Let's grab this.
And 1. And then we begin the Fibonacci sequence loop. So it would be copy from 0, add to 1,
There we go. Okay. I've got the cat window the rest of the hump.
well, let's see.
You did.
First thing we're going to do is make a 1. So that should be the first step of the Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So now we need to... So the Fibonacci sequence is your current number plus the previous number. So we need to store the current number and the previous number.
Right.
So yeah, we'll store that to 2. And then
So if you were to copy 9 over somewhere, so that's your starting point, you bump it up by 1. It feels like you'd have to be using 9 as your workhorse and your inbox as your end point, your end qualifier.
No, we need to store the inbox somewhere. So
Well, yeah.
that's what block 7 is. So that's our target.
That is where numbers go to die.
So we need 3 storage areas. We need so we would have 1, 1, and 2. So Fibonacci sequence starts with 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then it needs to be 2 plus 3. So the 2 has to get stored away somehow.
Let's see here. Okay.
So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 3 plus 2 would be 5. So we copy to 2.
What?
I was just
Oh,
testing it up
because
to
the
that point.
script terminated.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
see. I need a way to make sure that the correct information gets stored.
Oh, wait, yeah, you gotta take the number and put it in the outbox, right?
Yeah.
So, basically, you had the right step. It's like next you'd have to take... Put down 1. You have to send out 1 again. Okay. And then replace basically your second number, so you'd have to keep flipping your numbers back, right?
Yeah, the problem is I have to replace several numbers at a time.
That's fine.
So we get 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 goes there.
Well, you had like a recall function or something, eh? So you could like just tell it to jump there and then say recall.
And 1 plus 2. I don't know how to make it repeatable. You know what? We're gonna warm up with string numbers, because this is one that I'm pretty sure I already know how to do.
Oh.
So for each 0 terminated string in the inbox, reverse it and put the result in the outbox, repeat. So I believe for this one what I want to do is inbox,
It's getting old.
copy to the reference of 14, and then bump
Whoa,
14.
what is this stuff?
Yeah, this is some new stuff that I've been gaining access
New shit.
to previously. Yes.
Hey.
Then if 0, we're gonna escape. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep inboxing. Now, once we hit a 0, so for the example cloud, that'll be CLOUD, and at that point it'll have reached C1L2O3U for D5. So at that point, once we reach a 0, we want to bump -1.
The hell? It sounds like there's a door. God, I don't.
And then I want to copy from the reference of this outbox. Then bump minus this. Got cloud. Now you're gonna need to reverse it. Wait, no, stop. Oopsies. Okay, let's try this again. Inboxed everything successfully to the field. So for torso, it would be TORSO. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we bump -1.
Huh, that was something. What's going on here?
So I got it working.
What is he doing with the...
So what this is I have 0 terminated strings and the goal is to reverse them.
Okay.
So what I do is I give each letter a reference on the page and I keep track of how many references I have. Then, the second part of the program says that when I reach the 0 termination on the string, recall backwards through the number of references to reverse the string in order.
Okay.
So the new thing you see here with the brackets that I got, that is, instead of copying directly from the noted square, it is copying from the reference of that square. So if that square contains a block that says 5, I copy from the square of 5.
It's a pointer.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So how do you... I assume then in that case when you go back down to 0, you'll see right here, he resets it by copying the 0 to it.
Nope. Because he then has to iterate backwards through the string. When he reaches the 0, that just tells him to begin iterating backwards.
Okay. look at that guy that does do like dick all.
He gets paid to do dick all though.
Yeah. You know the worst part is, I can see this happening right here. Yeah. Yeah. This is actually quite true to. I remember whenever you had to do a lot of string manipulation early on, where your buffer wouldn't get cleared out, it only overwrite this like that part of memory, so you'd have all this other garbage data that you had to be aware of.
Yep. But because it keeps
Ugh.
track of how many bits of information were in the zero terminated string, it doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
So inventory report.
You still have the garbage data in there, but it's like it's not part of this puzzle.
Inventory check. Accounting verification. Surprise audit. These are a few of my favorite things.
Box. Send to the outbox the total number of matching items on the floor. Okay.
Ooh. Interesting.
Blind. No numbers. Except for the 0.
So that's going to be our iteration.
So, the reason why I stepped away, I heard a scratch at the door, and then of course Ewok's going nuts. Going, what the hell? So I took a look outside, and our neighbor's dog, Kono, was running loose in the hallway. Apparently both Larry and Jay, yeah, got caught up in one of our broken elevators.
Oh no.
Yeah, so what happens, it took the elevator, it was coming up, apparently it was taking its time going floor by floor by floor by floor. When it got to ours, the door opened up only enough to let the dog run out. And then it closed up.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so Kono was doing his rounds, running up and down the hallway, I guess, just like trying to get every neighbor. Great. They got out okay though, so that's what's important.
So I don't have a way to tell if the two blocks are the same.
I wouldn't say that. Requires some clever thinking here. So you have to check for. Oh, look at that! Serious business! Yay! We have a viewer.
Hello, viewer.
So,
Alright.
we have
so,
a viewer.
How
So,
do I
yeah.
compare letters? I know I can compare numbers, but
Well, let's see. No, we don't have an equal to. What if you tried subtracting the letters? What does that do? Can you do that?
sure. Let's see. So inbox. Let's just try subtracting from B, see what happens.
Ah, yes!
So what did that... So X minus B.
Yes, I haven't forgotten. I still owe you a lab coat.
Inviting your friends to watch the stream, I see.
Yeah.
So let's see. So it must take the value of X, which would have been 25 minus... No.
You start off with X and you subtracted B,
24.
right? B is 2, X is...
So I think it might consider A to be 0. No.
Possibly. Conduct an experiment.
$26. There's 26 letters in the alphabet, not 27. Shut up. So X would be 26, letter 24, and B would be letter 2, so 24 minus 2 is 22. So
22.
X
Yeah.
minus X should be 0. So
That's correct.
what we'll do is we will
Chris, think of block programming. So we're running a program with a series of sub-steps. Almost, what's this, procedural? Yeah.
yes,
What you're looking
so
at is like imagine string manipulation.
we're writing a little program that tells our office buddy here how to do his job, and we do that using block-based programming logic. So he follows all the little steps I give him to the letter, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, and we're gonna find out which of those it is. So,
To the letter, eh?
to the
Tis.
tis indeed. Anyways, so what we want to do is we'll inbox, and then
You probably have to copy the letter to the board because you notice you kind of lost your reference there, right?
yeah, I would need to copy the letter to the board, so we'll call space 17 ref. With my excellent handwriting. You try writing with a mouse, it sucks.
I use a stylus.
Also, thank you, viewer, for coming along. You are our first viewer. Yay!
Yay!
So
It's not Lewis.
our first viewer who's not Lewis and watching an actual live stream as opposed to a test one. What I'm wondering is, how do I get it to stop at 13?
Like and subscribe.
Say that again. And
God, I
you off
feel
the
like a
screen.
tool.
So we're gonna copy that to ref. So we're gonna inbox it, copy it to ref, and then we need to subtract from the reference of count. If it's 0, we are going to
Total number about sets. If you're talking about the objective, yeah. So like each block in the inbox represents something that he has to deal with. It's like one thing coming down the into the CPU. Then what he's got to do for the objective is to count every single matching letter on the board with the one that's in the inbox, and then put the number of occurrences in the outbox.
So if it's 0, we
Hope I
need
got that
to
right.
bump count. Yes, if it's 0, we need to bump count. Otherwise,
Also, since you're gonna come in after Shea's explanation of, or Chammy's explanation of,
let's
the
see.
references, so we actually have access to pointers. If you remember what those were, I think we may have discussed those.
Let's see what this does so far, because
Yes, 5, and that is exactly correct.
so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a B. We're gonna reference it. B matches that. To get a 0, we need to bump a 1. Okay. So we do that. We bump the count. So if it's 0, we want to bump the count. If it's not 0, we don't want.
The layer that he's counting, I think what would happen here is he'd have to go through each. So you start with the inbox, you pick one block from there, so in this case it would be X. And then until the program loops back to the inbox again, you'd have to go through each and every cell from 0 to 13. Counting up everything. And then once he gets to 13, he'd loop back to the beginning of the program and just take the next item from the inbox.
I don't know how to stop at 13 though.
You might have to have a reference to 13 saying, or you pick it, no, because your iteration's not going to be 0. Yeah, so you probably have to have a reference to 13 saying stop here.
I know how to do it. So let's
Okay.
make 0 into iteration. With my absolutely atrocious handwriting, we'll make iteration
Okay.
into 0. And we'll just turn the whole board into a zero
terminated
string. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
So we'll bump iteration. I'm counting on you to keep an eye on the chat, Alex, because I have it up so I can see it on the upper screen, but I'm so focused on this. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's not doing. I've got it. I'm split screening right now.
We need copy from reference.
You're receiving praise.
Okay, so I'm gonna... There, it's gone. So, we're gonna start fresh.
Alright.
So the first thing we need to do is we need a 0 in both of these locations. So that gives us our starting point. So the way we want the program to work is, first thing we need to do is we need to get the inbox and reference it to the board. Done by putting it in reference. Then we need to...
Bump iterates the current cell up or down,
increments
depending
or
if you use plus or
decrements?
minus. Increments or decrements, yeah, by 1.
Alright.
Think of it like plus plus or minus minus if you're familiar with C++.
No, not copy from reference, copy to reference. So... I hate how big they make the notes on the board.
Yeah. It's just to give it that extra bit of flavor of
To make
You
you,
know,
really never want to use
duct tape and
comments.
cardboard.
So, let's see.
Oh yeah.
So...
Yeah, I
copy
guess you could use it
reference.
for a loop, yeah.
And then we need to begin comparing. So we copy from the reference.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to decide when the program needs to iterate. So we need it to end when we reach the 0. And
Yeah.
to do that, we just simply jump if 0. So let's work on what happens at the end. If we reach the 0, we've counted all the blocks, so we know how many there are. That should show up
That's right.
in count. So if we reach the 0, we need to
You should probably
copy from count
yeah.
and outbox it. And then that brings us all the way back to the beginning
There you go.
of the program. Now if it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
0,
it's pretty much similar to that.
so if
Very
it's
much.
not 0,
Actually, Shea, save yourself a jump.
just
Move
hold
the
on.
copy from the outbox to the top there. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just trying to... I'm trying to decide when to iterate. Because we
What are you
use-
trying to iterate for?
we use the iteration to call the cell that we need. So I guess it should be after we compare the cell.
The cell you need.
So
Oh!
we
Oh, I see. Okay,
we
yeah.
copy from reference. We subtract that from the reference of iteration.
Wouldn't you just bump the iterator so you know to go to the next cell?
Oh, here's the problem. I'm never grabbing what's actually on the board. Oh, you know what? I might be thinking about this wrong. So, we copy it to reference, and then we copy from what reference is iterating, and subtract that from the reference, instead of going in the other way around. That way,
That's
when
right.
we reach the 0, it'll actually be in our hands. So if it's 0, we want to skip the comparison step. But if it is 0, we want to subtract it. Now if it's negative, or sorry, if the subtraction comes up 0, we have the same letter, which means we need to bump the count.
That's right.
It's hard to decide where to put things. So if it's not 0, we need to bump the iteration. If it is 0, we need to bump the count and the iteration.
Why not just put the iteration bump down to the bottom there, right after all your jumping?
Because
When you're on the return, you're gonna try and copy 0 to iterator again anyway.
no, okay, so we go ahead and slap everything in there. We grab our reference. Now we're going to grab the first thing we need. Compare it. It's not 0, so we're going to bump our reference. No, what did... Stop. Why did it bump the... Oh, because I hadn't finished what I was doing, because you weren't listening.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. Copy to reference. Copy from iteration. If you picked up a 0, that means you've reached the end of the table. So if you reach the end of the table, deliver the result. If you didn't reach 0, you need to subtract the first reference. You need to subtract what you have from the reference space. Now if it's 0, that means that's what we're looking for, so we need to do that. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of really annoying jumps in here. I'm sorry. So,
You're trying to sort your thoughts out. So, what were you doing with Java, Chris?
you know what? No, I'm approaching this wrong. I don't even need the iterations. Iterations isn't something I need. We're not tracking to 13 anymore, we're counting it as a 0 terminated string. So we don't even need to worry about the number of iterations. So, no, we do need to worry about the number of iterations. Because the number of iterations tells us what square we're looking at.
Oh, yes, yeah, you need the, yeah, that's right, you need your reference.
So let's see. B is not C, iterate. A is not C, iterate.
R.
X is not C.
What's that?
Iterate.
What is that language? Heard of it before.
B is not C, iterate. C is C, iterate. And stop.
Sounds like Jacqueline's setting up for a war of worms. Mixed operands. Oh.
Yeah, I did it wrong. I'm trying... See, this is what I'm trying to decide is when I need to iterate.
So you can't subtract a letter from a number.
Yeah. Crap. It's somehow skipped the first comparison. What did it do? Zero, zero. So we grab a C. We reference the C. Ah, that's what it did. Bump iteration. Copy. I don't know when to...
Okay.
So we copy to the reference. We copy from the iteration, which needs to begin at 0. So we grab the first thing.
Big data. Interesting. What separates it from other languages is it sort of offer other kind of tools or something like that that say like C doesn't support, or is it just like platform dependent?
Oh, I am not going to win any efficiency awards for this.
Well, it's your first draft.
Wait, what is it doing? Oh, I know what it's doing.
Man, this is like that one time that I managed to screw up the colors of my monitor by fucking with the wrong data.
You know what I miss?
What?
In graphic design in high school, we had CRT monitors. Now, one of the wonderful joys of a CRT monitor, if you remember, is degaussing it. Just being able to hit that button and listen to the boing.
Inception.
Now, the horrible thing about degaussing the monitors in my graphic design classroom was that they sat right next to the computer towers. And if you know what degaussing is, it's basically the little magnet ring inside the CRT monitor that controls where all the bits of light in the monitor go. It's that magnet being momentarily kicked into overdrive to create a really powerful magnetic field. Now stick that next to your computer, and you can imagine the kind of damage it can do. Alright, so we hit the 0.
I take it someone tried
so we
this.
grab 4, we put it down. Oh, I think I got it.
Set. Yep. There you go. still kind of tempted to crack open my case and see if there's a middle-aged man from the government working inside of it to try and process all of my data.
Yep, this is exactly
like
how
in-
computers work.
Or like in Men in Black 2 when what's this? Kate finds out that there's actually aliens in almost everything of at the post office.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, neat. So it's like a, well, I wouldn't say graph generator, but specialized for that, isn't it?
Oh, it says we have previewers. Who else is watching? Who else is out there? Stream viewers.
I think by default it starts off with 1, then because I'm also watching, that's 2, and because Chris is watching, it's 3.
Oh, I know.
Who's Chris?
Friend of mine from high school.
Alright. Yeah. Oh, I was one
That's pretty
off.
close.
Oh, I was only a
Neat.
couple off on that.
It's not bad. You had like 1 extra instruction there, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh!
Alright, that's good enough for me. I think I have time for one more, but I guess first we have to watch a cutscene. Where's Carol? God, you're ugly.
Who's ugly?
Hey, where's Carol?
HR staff.
Oh my god. This coffee is amazing. Back to work, ladies.
Breaking. Previous reports of machine army evaluate to false. Everything equals 100% fine. Whether within pleasant tolerance parameters or human skin layer, you're all going to be fine.
Okay,
Oh, well,
then.
if the creepy computer robot says we're all gonna be fine, I think we'll be fine.
Oh, totally. Bowel incinerator. I
I-
wonder if we're gonna have a robotic management staff now. Oh, no, but that arm's back. The hell is up with that arm? Are they like beating robots or something?
With the meaning of Ahem. Management is attempting to reduce the bandwidth by removing all vowels from everywhere. Good luck. Send everything from the
that could
inbox
be
to the
taken out.
outbox except for vowels.
It's like a really straightforward program in that case.
Oh, but it's
You
such
just
a
kinda-
stupid one. Oh.
Well, it's just cycle through the letters to the until you get to the terminated 0. Repeat.
Yes, but I have to compare each letter to every vowel provided to me on the board.
Yep. And sometimes why?
That's just irritating. Alright, well,
Just feels like you're doing the same puzzle again, to be honest. Except less interesting.
yeah, except far less interesting.
I wonder if this is in preparation for the robot overlords.
We have iteration and reference. Oh, excuse me. How rude of me burping on my first stream. Alright, so,
It was gas.
we need to inbox. Copy to reference. Copy from 5 to iteration. And then we want to copy from iteration and subtract it from reference. If it's 0, we may as well just head back to the beginning. If it doesn't equal 0, we want to iterate
We'll bump the iterator.
and jump here.
Why did you do that?
Now
Do
if
you want
we...
to copy from the iterator?
No, watch. We're copying from the reference of the iterator. Now if we copy from the reference of the iterator and it is 0, what we want to do then is we assume that the letter is past the test, we copy from reference and outbox.
Just cover yourself. Stop breaking my nice shit.
I think that's it. I think we're done here.
Got it? Bump. Felt as satisfying as watching a string parser. Why did you do the extra step of copying the 0? Oh,
We need
because
to
it was
return the
comparing.
iteration to 0.
Yeah, that's right. No, you were doing the quick comparison there. That's why. Before getting the
Stop.
iteration.
So, if it is 0, we jump down here, where we
Or
then
drop it
need
like game or
to...
something.
Oh, this will solve my problem real quick, so let's see. Yep. Alright, so this is where it happens. So we want to subtract it. If it's 0, it's gonna jump down here, and when it does that,
It's gonna go back up to the beginning again, right?
no, that jumps right back up here. We need it to
Oh. Gives a reference. We said.
jump back up to here. Let's see if that works. Well, Chris, thank you for coming to watch the stream. We appreciate you coming to show your support. If you like what you've seen so far, we plan on doing this, Alex and I and one more friend, about as often as we can, just for fun. So feel free to subscribe and tell your friends about us.
We
hope
like
to be-
groupies.
we like groupies. We definitely hope to do this a lot more often, because from what little we've done so far tonight, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. And we're gonna be playing all sorts of
Oh, yeah.
games, not just this game. We're gonna be playing Rocket League, you might see Minecraft up there occasionally, some
Oh,
other
look!
stuff as well. Oh, there's the third groupie.
What third groupie?
George finally showed his face.
Oh wait, I got an idea.
I think Jacqueline's actually in the stream
Yeah,
right now.
it's because it pipes all of Steam through. So, alright, we completed that one.
Woot!
Always one off.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you for joining us. I will be ending the stream here, but keep an eye out. We should have more coming soon. Thank you for watching, and ta for now.
Yeah.